Everyone, it's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher, here with you with quarter 4, lesson 1 for kindergarten. And we just finished watching some videos on the sun and some patterns. So we're gonna make a sun pattern, just like in the video with the story bots. I like that they put sunglasses on the sun. So we'll get to make all of this. So let me go ahead and switch my camera so we can get started. All right. So let me switch my pen. All right, so what we're going to do is make painted paper so we can have some really interesting colors in our sun. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side. And you're going to need 2 sheets of paper, and you're going to have to fold each one in half first. So I'm going to fold that one in half. And you can go ahead and cut them apart when you fold them in half. So I'm going to go ahead and cut on that line. That's 1, 2. I had a piece there from another project. And you're not going to need all of it. You're only going to need 3 pieces because we're going to use the sun colors, which are the warm colors, red, orange, and yellow. So we're only going to make those colors. All right, so let me go ahead and cut on the line. And I have my painting supplies right here. I'll just move those papers there. And I have my paintbrush and I have my cleaning cloth because we're going to have to mix some red with the yellow to make our orange. So I'm going to go ahead and paint my red first because I don't have to mix that one. So I'm going to wet my brush and swirl it around. And then I'm just going to paint my whole paper. And it's okay if you go off on the table because we can always clean that up. Now, what's cool about making painted paper is that you can paint all kinds of lines and wavy lines in there. And if you leave them, it'll dry like that. And so it'll give you a nice little design in the painted paper. I need a little bit more water so I can finish this paper. All right. And like I said, you can just paint some wavy lines, some zigzags all over. So you have a nice, interesting looking painted paper. And I'm going to put this one off to the side to dry. And now I'm going to get my second sheet. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this one yellow. But of course, I'm going to rinse out my bristles and wipe the extra water. Don't tap. And so now I'm going to go ahead and get my yellow. I'm going to get some more water on my yellow. There was a little bit of red in my on my brush still because I didn't wipe it all the way. But by swirling it around, I've actually made that more yellow because it was not very much red. So I'm gonna go ahead and just paint. I'm just gonna paint wavy lines. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more. Now the cool thing about it, the less water you have, usually with tempera, the darker the color that we learned in our other projects. And again, we don't mash out bristles. It's kind of like we're sweeping and get all those edges. And then I'm going to get just a little bit of water. And I'm going to pick up some more yellow. And again, even though this is yellow on yellow, the brush strokes will give it an interesting pattern. And you can make any kind of pattern that you could come up with. And of course, I got to let this one dry. I'm going to put this off to the side. Oops. I just splashed my paint, so I'm gonna get my cleaning cloth and get some of that water up. And I'm gonna go ahead and dry up this area. And now I have my third piece of paper. You're gonna have 4, and you don't need the 4th one, so that one can go in your scrap bag for later, or what if you want to do something later. So now I'm going to make some orange, and of course I need to get some red. And I'm going to bring it over here to the yellow. And I want to make a lot because I'm going to paint the whole paper. So I'm going to get some more water and make some more. And now I'm going to paint the paper side to side. And pick up some more. Now the cool thing about this was that as I switch it around, I'm making kind of like yellow orange and red orange. And so I get a bunch of different oranges in here. Oh, I think I like the zigzags. I'll make some more. And then, of course, I need to put this paper off to the side too and let it dry. Now, for the next part of our project, you're gonna have to let your paper dry a little bit. So you can pause the video until after your paper is dry. But Miss Branch already anticipated that, so I made some earlier. So now if your video, when yours is dry, you can do this part. I'm gonna move this out the way because I don't need to paint anymore. I'm gonna put my sheets off to the side. And so now I'm going to make the sun. And I don't need this whole sheet of paper. So I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to cut the line. And I'll put this half off to the side because I'm going to need this a little later. And now I'm going to fold it in half again. But I'm going to fold it with the color on the inside. And I'm going to take my pencil and on the folded side, make sure you're not on the open side. On the folded side, you're going to make a big letter C. Like if you have a paper turned sideways, it'll look like a letter C like this, or a semicircle. So then you get to cut that out to make your sun. So I got my scissors and I'm just going to cut on the line. And I'm put my scraps off to the side to put in my scrap bag. And now I have a big oval. Mine's more like an oval. So I made it a really big curved line, which is fine. If you want to make it smaller, you could trim it a little bit. If you want to make it more round, but that's totally up to you. I'm gonna leave mine the way it is because I like it looking like that. So next, I need to make the sun rays. So I need some orange and the red and yellow. But what I'm gonna do is fold this in half and then cut the line. And then I'm gonna fold this one in half, my red paper, and then cut the line. All right, so now I don't need these two pieces right now, so they could probably go in my scrap bag. But now I have my three warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, and I'm going to stack them up, and I'm just going to cut rectangles across my paper. Now, if it's easy for you, you could always fold it and fold it and fold it and fold it until you have a bunch of lines, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut. Well, I better show you just in case you forgot from the other videos. So I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to fold it in half. You might have to use two hands because it's getting so thick. And so then when I open it up, I have all these lines so I can cut out my rays for my sun. So you could do it this way too, or you could just cut some strips all at one time. So you know what? I got an idea. Well, because I already folded this one and I can see my lines, I'm just going to put them with the other two. And now I can hold it and just follow the lines. And I don't have to fold the other two papers because I already have a guideline. So now I'm going to cut this line. It might be a little hard because it's cutting through three pieces of paper. But if it's too hard, then just cut them one at a time. So that's one. Now I'm going to cut this line. That's two. Now I'm going to cut the next line. Three. And the next line. There we go. So now I have all my sun rays cut out. And I'm going to make my pattern. So let's see. I can go red, orange, yellow. And I'm going to need red, orange, yellow. But when I glue them on my sun, I'm going to flip it over upside down. And I have my glue bottle. And close my scissors up so I don't accidentally have any accidents. And I'm going to go ahead and start at the top. And I'm open my glue. And then remember with the glue, it's not a lot, just a dot. A dab of glue will do. And I'm going to bring that camera in just a little bit closer. There we go. So now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And the dot is kind of big, but I can make it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my red and I'm going to flip it over because I'm on the back. So rub a little bit. And it says red, orange, yellow. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do my red, rub a little bit, and it sticks, orange, and yellow. Now I got to keep this pattern going. So what I'm going to do is get my red, orange, yellow, red, orange, yellow. So I'm ready for the next ones. And then I'll just make my pattern again. So then 1, 2, 3. And then red, rub a little bit. Now, and then it sticks. Orange, rub a little bit. And it sticks. Yellow, rub a little bit. And it sticks. And now I got to go my 3 dots again. 1, 2, 3. And then red, rub a little bit. And it sticks. Orange, rub a little bit. And it sticks. Yellow, rub a little bit. And it sticks. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my sun. And I'm going to get my next patterns ready. Red, orange, yellow, red, orange, yellow. And so now I'm ready for the next group. And 1, 2, 3. If you notice, me putting this together makes the pattern. 3, 1, 2, 3, red, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I start again. So red, rub a little bit, orange, rub a little bit, and it sticks, and yellow, rub a little bit. And now my next 3, 1, 2, 3, and red, rub a little bit, orange, rub a little. I'm gonna spread that glue a little bit because that dot was close. 2 and 3. I got a little bit space to get left. Maybe I should maybe spread these out a little bit, or bring them closer. That way I can still get another 3 pieces on for my last bit of sun ray. All right. So then 1, 2, 3, and red, orange, yellow. Red, rub a little bit. Orange, rub a little bit. And I ran out of a little space, but I'm going to go ahead and put a little dot right there because that red was that orange was kind of big. And then put that yellow there. Rub a little bit. And then I'm going to carefully flip it over. And I have my sun. Let me go ahead and bring my camera back up. And so now I want to give my son some character like in the video with the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And I can just use the last little bit of strips that are left over. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and make a mouth. I'm going to make, I did the mouth red on this one. So I'll make it red again. So I'm going to just fold it in half. And cut on that line. Because I don't need the whole piece for the mouth. And then I'm going to take my pencil and on the back, on the white part of the paper that I didn't paint. I'm gonna make a semicircle, or maybe a smile or a frown. And then I'm gonna cut that line. Put my scrap off to the side to go in my scrap bag. And then let's see, orange. And I'm just gonna flip it over. And I'm just gonna draw a little triangle on my orange and cut that out. And now I have my nose. And now I'm going to look in my scrap bag for a scrap of black. I found one right away. And I'm going to, this scrap is kind of big, so I don't need it that big. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this one in half and cut that line. And then I'm gonna fold it in half again. And on the fold part, now this is a little tricky. Let me bring the camera in just a little bit again. So let's see. So I have my paper folded, and I need to make the semicircle like here on the eye, but I need to make sure that they stay attached because this is a pair of sunglasses. So near the bottom, I'm gonna make my semicircle. It's not gonna touch all the way here at the bottom. It's gonna touch this folded edge and come over here to this edge. And so now I can cut out the line. And then when I open it up, I have my sunglasses. I'm gonna lift my camera back up. And now, oh, and then scoop the face off. Okay, so now let me go ahead and glue 1, 2 little dots. Here's my smiling face. And 1 dot for my nose. And then 1, 2 dots on my on the back of my glasses. And put it right there at the top of my nose. And now I have a cool sun. So let me go ahead and switch my camera. So everyone, we got to make a sun with a pattern and give it some sunglasses. So that was a cool art lesson. We got to learn about the sun. We got to learn about patterns, and we get to make our sun look real cool. All right. So I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.